Greetings and salutations to all of you lovely and beautiful people out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to yet another installment of Counter Reaction. Now, in today's episode, I'm actually going to take a look at the Trump assassination attempt. Now, I was told by quite a few people in the text thread of what transpired. Somebody shared the video. I said, you know what? I want to make a video on this. I usually stray away from politics. There's certain artists that are very political that I've stayed away from because I don't want to invite that political community of either side that they represent into the comment section. I just feel like it creates an environment where toxicity can grow and develop and fester. That's not something that I'm interested in doing. But I did want to take a look at this video and then kind of take a look at some comments. Now, if anybody really wants to know where I stand politically, I basically would align with libertarian. That's where I would fall on the spectrum, leaning right. I am a Mexican American, if that is of any importance to you as a viewer. I have my reasons that I will not get into, but that's kind of all you really need to know. I don't really want to open up a dialogue regarding this, but perhaps I just did, and it's now unavoidable. But I did have people in that same text thread going back and forth regarding whether or not this was staged. Now, there are a lot of intelligent people on the internet, but the ones that are going to be covering this usually have a political agenda. I do not. I personally do not think that the two individuals running for president are the best that they have to offer. It just kind of is what it is. There are downsides and upsides to them both. That's not what we're here to discuss, but let's go ahead and take a look at the video.
Oh, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Hold, when you're ready, on you.
Ready?
Move! Move!
Wow.
Go!
Hawkeye's here.
Move it to the stair.
Damn, bro.
You ready?
My heart's kind of pounding pretty fast.
Are we good?
Shooter's down, okay.
Good to move. Let's go. Let's move.
We're clear.
Come on.
Let me get my shoes.
I got you, sir. I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes, sir.
Hold that in your head, it's bloody.
So we got to move to the bus. Let me get my shoes.
Okay,
Watch out.
Wait.
How could this have been staged? Let's try to figure it out. I don't see how it possibly could have. What would the motive be for this to be staged? I felt like he was going to get elected regardless, but that little fist in the air at the end, if nothing else, just solidified that.
That's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
I mean, to be fair, there's some suspicious characters surrounding this, or they're just like, you know, people that are used to gunshots or don't give a shit. You know, they got nerves of steel. Like, you know, some of us have been exposed to gunfire at different stages of our lives, and you know, we're kind of immune to it, especially when you wake up hearing them every single night, you know, especially in the 90s, at least for me personally, growing up where I grew up. But I mean, this guy right here, I don't know, does it kind of look like he's talking to somebody? Sure, but like, I don't know if he has any level of importance to try. I don't know who he is. Is he just a regular dude? Because it looks like he's a little too calm. He's looking and he's talking into something, right? So there's that. There is only one girl screaming. You'd think you'd hear more of them, but maybe she was extremely close. Do not know. I don't know how people could think that this is staged. Now, obviously, he was bleeding. Okay? He got nicked. If this was a BB gun, as somebody mentioned to me in the text message, I mean, you'd have to be an incredible marksman to hit somebody with a BB or a pellet from that distance. Now, I don't know what the distance is, but let's just say, I don't know, it's 100 feet away, 200 feet away. Like, the drop off is going to be extremely severe. And I don't know what the wind conditions were, but come on, let's be realistic. Now, if it was a real gun, of course, right? If it was a real bullet, then if it nicked his ear, where did it go? Don't know. Did it hit somebody behind him? Not entirely sure. I'm not a forensics expert, so I wouldn't be able to know. I wouldn't even be able to tell what happened if I was there. I wouldn't know how to analyze the situation. I'm just going based off of this video. There are a few people that are pretty nonchalant about the whole thing, sure, but like I said, some of them probably just like, you know, nerves of steel, like I said. Now, there was a cameraman on the left of the screen that walked to the right, and I don't know. I mean, he did flinch a little bit while walking. I did see that. But he did seem a little too calm. But that's part of his job. It's his job is to capture this, right? And nobody said this in the message, in the text thread. But could they have done something to cause the damage that created that? Of course, but we can't see that. We can't see that. Is there a reason? The obstacle right here, whatever this is, this banner, is that usually how most of the rallies are formatted? Because if that's a unique instance, then this can all be questionable, for sure. I wouldn't know. I haven't really watched rallies like that, to be quite honest with you. So there's the cover of that. It could be by design. Not entirely sure, to be quite honest with you. But, I mean, I guess there's compelling, I wouldn't even say evidence, just speculation on both sides of this argument that can be made. But when I go back to motive has to be there, right? What would the motive be? It would have to favor one side. Figuring out which side this whole thing favors is a matter of opinion, and there's a high level of subjectivity involved depending on which side you stand with. And I don't mean politically, because I'm sure there's some people that are Trump supporters that still might think that this is this is all staged. Who knows? But I have had my fair share of encounters with Republicans and Democrats my entire life that were extremely vocal in their stances, their beliefs, and their principles, and their reasonings as to why those are upheld or held near and dear to them. And I'd say the vast majority of the people that believed in conspiracy theories were Republican. So it's interesting that now I feel like if that is what's being kind of vocalized within the Democratic Party, that this is some sort of a hoax or this was staged. Maybe not even within the party, but just within the group of voters. It's kind of interesting that now a conspiracy theory is being brought up as a potential scenario. Now I'm gonna read some of the comments. Let's see what's going on with the comments. I hate how these media companies can't just write Trump shot. Well, let's look. Watch. Moment Trump appears to be shot at rally. Yeah. Okay. That's fair. Sounds like the first 3 shots are from the shooter, and then the cluster of shots a few seconds later is the shooter being neutralized. I would agree. Dude's life is in danger, and dude's like, I ain't leaving these shoes behind. Yeah, what happened to his shoes? And like, what would that be? Would that have been catch-up? Like, what? It could have been. If Heinz ends up like sponsoring dude, later on down the road, we'll know this was a hoax. Keep your eyes peeled. Just in case, Heinz like stock just fucking goes up like in the next few weeks or months. Let's see. Major respect to Secret Service. Yeah, I see a few people in that audience filming on their phones in direction of where shots came from. Only matter of time before those come out. Yeah, that's true. The calmest audience I've ever seen. Yeah. Okay. Almost got JFK'd. Yes, almost. For anyone saying the government did this, they wouldn't miss. 2 bullets is all it took for JFK. Hitting both shots. This guy shot over 6 times and barely hit once. True. Remember when this happened to Reagan? I do remember. Well, I wasn't alive, but I did see the video. Enough about the debate. It's time to put the bullseye on Trump. Joe Biden 5 days ago. Okay, didn't watch that. Was not paying attention. I had other things going on. Let's see. The response was pretty slow by Secret Service. I agree. It was slow by about 5 seconds. For sure. Yeah, that image of him with his fist in the air and a bleeding ear is gonna be one of those images that go hard. Not gonna lie. Yeah, and it's interesting that it's the ear, right? It's just cartilage. And it's no other parts like his neck or the side of his face or what have you. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not a forensic specialist or a doctor that can actually break that down, but it does pose a few questions, sure, as far as the reasoning is concerned, or why that would be a better fit if it was staged, as opposed to like his neck or something else, because there's arteries. If they were going to make him bleed, you'd pick the ear, or the side of his head. Could have. Not a fan of Trump, but I don't wish this on anybody. Very true. You shouldn't wish death or injury upon anyone. You know what? And then Snuffy James, who has a picture of a maple leaf. I feel bad for America right now. I mean, why? Shooter's down, they got him. You can always tell the hood folk. They hit the ground quick. All that stayed standing up. I can tell where you grew up. Chicago life got me hitting the ground when I hear fireworks. I guess, sure, it kind of goes both ways. Some people are just, kind of desensitized to it all. But I'm going to say this, man. Whether you believe it was staged or whether you believe that this really happened, the fact of the matter is that there is going to be a lot of back and forth in the next few weeks. I personally do not think that this was staged. That's just how I feel. And there's reasons for that, which I kind of detailed throughout this video. All in all, he's still alive. It's going to be a memorable moment in history. And I think now, as a result of this, transpiring, that he will become president again. And whether or not you like that as a concept or idea, that just is what it's going to be. Granted, unless something a little bit more severe, takes place after all of this, which, again, nobody should ever hope for. I I would hope that you guys are not that passionate about somebody's downfall or demise to where you would wish that upon someone. And if that is in fact the case, then maybe some self-reflection is in order. But that is going to be all for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. It is greatly appreciated as always, and I do hope to catch you all on the next one.